forward head posture, rounded shoulders, and a slouched lower back. This type of poor posturing is becoming increasingly common in today's modern world. But did you know that poor posture could put stress on your upper neck and lead to dizziness by disrupting your balance receptors? Don't worry, because if you do have dizziness, in today's video, I'm going to teach you 3 simple steps to stop the dizziness and improve your posture. Well, welcome back to another episode of Physio Tips with Mauro. I'm your host, Mauro Burnett. And for today's video, we're going to tackle episode 3 of our 7-day Cervicogenic Relief Challenge. In today's episode, we're going to discuss one of the most common overlooked causes of cervicogenic dizziness, your daily posture. We interrupt your regular scheduled program to bring you breaking news. Today's episode is episode 3. There are 2 more episodes that we've done already. I'm going to put a link in the description. Make sure you watch them in order. All of them make sense when you put them together as a whole. All right, back to the video. Wow, that was abrupt. Okay, we're back to the video. On episode 1, we covered what cervicogenic dizziness is. We talked about things like proprioceptors. Proprioceptors are nerves that are embedded into the muscle tissue at the base of your head, and they're like GPS sensors that send information to your brain on where your head's at in space. It's a very important part of your balance and your vestibular system. If your upper neck is tight, it disrupts proprioception. In episode 2, I give you one of my best manual therapy techniques to do, the cervical snag for C1 and C2, your top 2 vertebrae. I show you how to do it step by step. It's a great orthopedic manual therapy technique that should give you some instant relief. And that now leads us to episode 3, where now we're going to tackle our daily posture. So a person might ask, how did I get such bad posture anyway? It's not hard in today's world. On average, most people sit 6 to 10 hours a day. Sitting in the same position for a long period of time without disrupting that posture can easily lead to stiffness. Certain muscles get weaker, other muscles get tighter. And a person might ask, so what does bad posture and dizziness have to do with each other? I would say that's a great question. When you're tight in the muscles at the base of the head, the suboccipital muscles, those are the muscles that are rich with those proprioceptive nerves that I mentioned earlier. That tightness disrupts proprioception, causes your brain to get misinformation about where your head's at in space, and that's going to lead to cervicogenic dizziness and imbalance. So let's get into our first exercise to start to correct forward head posture and take stress off those suboccipital muscles. Our first exercise is the McKinsey chin tuck. The famous chin tuck exercise is an exercise that addresses that forward head posture, right? You're sitting at your computer, shoulders and your head starts to go forward. That's going to put a lot of strain and stress on the joints. It's going to eventually lead to tightening of the suboccipital muscles and weakening of your deep neck flexors. So if you're in this posture day after day, hour after hour, eventually this is going to start to cause some problems. So let's look at a simple exercise to correct this. If you find yourself in this posture, step 1, you kind of grow tall with your lower back. So you're in a better posture with your lower back. Step 2, bring your chin straight back, almost like you were pulling a drawer that was on rollers and you're pulling it straight back. So you start to pull it back, and at the same time, as if a string was pulling up the back of your head, you slide it in. So now we went from way too far forward to almost chin slightly tucking in, so you might feel like you've made a double chin. At that point, you hold it for a couple seconds, and then you relax. Now your head may protrude back again forward. So you grow tall, slide it back, think about lifting up at the base of the head, hold that for a couple seconds, and relax. And you would repeat this about 10 times. As you're doing this, it's stretching out those occipital muscles and it's stimulating your neck flexors a little bit at the same time. By the time you get to maybe your 10th one, hold it for 5 or 10 seconds. That's a great exercise. You could try this every couple hours. If you're working at your desk, try it for about 10 reps. Do this for a few days and you might find that just doing this one exercise already you're feeling a little bit better. But staying with that forward head posture for too long, definitely going to make your neck start to feel sore, and this could disrupt your suboccipital muscles. So now let's look at exercise number 2. This one I call my postural correction exercise. So for exercise number 2, the postural correction exercise, we're going to look at a couple different phases. There's 3 phases for this exercise. The first phase is we have to address the lower back. If the lower back is slumped, right, that's our first area that we have to correct. So step 1, you grow tall at the lower back, and you try to find what a neutral pelvis feels like. You might go too far in one direction and realize, okay, that's too far, and too much slumped, we obviously can tell that's no good. So you want to find a nice mid position by growing tall through the lower back. Once you nail that position, now what we're going to address is the shoulder position. Let's say you've got your shoulders way too forward, right? In that scenario, what you want to do, relax your shoulders, correct the lower back, and then slowly bring your shoulder blades back across your ribs towards your spine. This is a gentle effort. Once you get into this position, you would hold that posture for about 10 seconds. Okay, we've got the lower back corrected, we've got the shoulders corrected, we've got one more component that's pretty important. Now we have to correct the neck and the head itself. Oftentimes, especially if our neck flexors are weaker, we'll sit with our chin slightly up. Maybe you've seen yourself in photos or in family videos and you notice your chin's a little higher than normal. That's usually a sign of weakness of the neck flexors. So after we've corrected the lower back, after we've corrected the shoulder, now what you want to do is slowly lift the back of your head and bring your chin down to neutral at the same time. Then you would hold this posture, all 3 components, for about 10 seconds. That's a fantastic exercise. It stimulates your core lower back muscles by getting your pelvis neutral. It stimulates your mid-back postural muscles, and it stimulates your deep neck flexors while relieving tension in the muscles at the base of the head. This can be a great exercise that you could try 3 to 4 times an hour. Maybe you set a sticky note on your monitor that says, hey, every 15 minutes, sit up and try the exercise. Do your posture correction exercise. You can put a message on your Outlook, an app on your phone, or if you get phone calls frequently, that would be a great cue for you to go into this posture correction exercise. Hold it for 10 seconds and then go back to what you were doing. If you're watching TV at home, maybe it's every commercial break. You sit tall and try that posture correction exercise. Now let's address our third component of helping our posture, which is correcting that thing that we sit at all day, our desks. Now let's talk about something almost all of us overlook, our desk setup. If you sit at a desk for school or for work or for even just browsing at home, it matters a lot more than we think. If you don't have the right chair, it's not giving you the right support, or if you don't have the right lumbar support, or maybe the monitor's not at the right height, it's going to lead to forward head posture, which is going to tighten those suboccipital muscles, disrupt those proprioceptors, and now we're back to being dizzy again. So even if you're doing the right exercises, maybe even going for walks during the day, but you're sitting for 10 hours a day in these bad postures, it could undo all the good that you've been doing. Here's how to fix it. Some simple things you can do right now to take stress and strain off your neck to reduce cervicogenic headaches and reduce cervicogenic dizziness. My production crew helped me set up a great clip where we're going to show you where the monitor should be, how your chair's set up, where your elbows should be, where your feet should be. Let's take a look at the clip together, right? Hey, whoa, hey, guys, that's not the clip. That's not the clip we discussed. Can you mind putting up the right clip? 1 second, I apologize. They'll put the right clip up. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Production crew having a little fun at my expense. Okay, I think we've got the right clip up. Yes, we do. All right, let's look at our clip here. We can see that the person's got their eyes set at the top of their monitor. That's where we want your eyes to be. That's going to help you keep that nice neutral posture. If you have more than one monitor, it's usually advised the monitor that you use the most, make that your center monitor. Okay, let's look at another part of this clip. Now we're going to look at the chair height. Chair height is important. You want to have your hips just maybe slightly higher than your knees. It could be equal to your knees, but we definitely don't want your knees higher than your hips. That's going to put your lower back into a bad position. Okay, now let's look at our next component. Our next component is going to be feet flat on the floor. That's important. If your feet are up, it's easy for your back to slouch. So if your feet don't touch the floor, common thing that someone might do is maybe put a book or a box underneath their feet so you can get your feet to the ground. But if we can get your feet to the ground, it helps you use your feet to hold your posture a little bit better. Now let's look at elbow position. In this clip, we can see that the elbows are at like a 90-degree angle. If your elbows are at a 90-degree angle or slightly open, that's going to take stress off your upper traps. But if your elbows are up and your shoulders are up, that's going to lead to more tension into the neck. Lastly, let's look at lumbar support. We can see in our diagram here that we have a little bit of a pillow behind the lower back. You can get McKinsey lumbar rolls on the internet. You can take a throw pillow from your couch. But having that little bit of extra pillowing behind your back is going to put you into a little bit better posture. It's going to support the curvature of your back. If your lower back curve is right, it's also going to help your upper back and your neck curve. Super important. So there's a couple great tips. Give them a try. See how they make you feel. Usually within a few days of trying them, you should already start to feel some relief. Posture is your hidden driver when it comes to dizziness and neck tension. Fix your setup, fix your signals, and then your brain's going to get what it needs to stay balanced. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to have to do episode 4, where we're going to look at head coordinated exercises and balance exercises to help stop your dizziness. Remember, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the episodes, like the video, and share it with a friend that you know that might be dizzy. Well, it's goodbye for now, and we'll see you next time on Physio Tips Tomorrow.